ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rival Esports. It is the EU Summer Open day number 2. My name is Hunted. With me is Jar of Jam. How are you doing today, sir?
Oh, just fine. I'm excited for the matches in front of us. We have four teams that we already seen, and four teams that will be sort of the gatekeeper, the top of the crop, the cream de la cream, and just whichever matchup you're currently looking at right now. It gets me pumped. It gets me excited.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And those 4 teams that did qualify from yesterday, Jam, Bim Bam Gamers, Team Shazoo, ARG, and 2 Bim, 1 Bam. They're going to be going up against the invited teams Complexity, Veloce Esports, the Bricks, and Triple Trouble. And there's a little bit of roster, not necessarily roster moves, but some roster differences for some of the invited teams.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a change here and there. It is the break between the season, and there has been a lot of rumors or a lot of shuffles, and some of these shuffles are coming through. So on the side of Triple Trouble, Ted Lacto is playing. On the side of Veloce, it is Ignite. Recently, there has been some kerfuffle with him and TSM, so it seems that he's now shopping for a new home.
Yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately, we're not going to see those teams early on today, but if they do well in their quarters, then we will certainly see them in the semifinals. But first on the docket for you and I here, Jam, it's going to be the Bricks versus ARG.
Yeah, this is a matchup. Well, it's a pretty solid one, really. The Bricks, of course, you all know them as the ex-Flipside Tactics squad. There has been some changes in there as well, of course, since Mystic has been out since the middle of June, and now they have been trying this and that, and seemingly they've decided to stick with a lot. So Cookser, Speed, and a lot will be the squad that is representing the Bricks right now. Their performance at Valencia wasn't perhaps, well, actually, you might call it pretty good. They lost to eventual winners PSG, ending up in the tied 3rd spot. So for them, I'd say that has been a pretty reasonable performance. On the other side, it's ARG. The team has been playing in RLRS in the previous season. The Spaniards pretty in full force. I don't believe they're playing with their new player today. It's Mark Bait, Clakes, and GCR. GCR officially has left the team. Monkey Moon is the new substitute, yet for this one, they decided to stick with the old roster.
Yeah, and I mean, we look at their push through the open bracket yesterday. They had a pretty easy ride, all things considered. They beat Team Finland 3-0. They beat Pushing Gaming 3-0 as well. And then in that quarter final to qualify for this, they beat Crazy Crew 3-1. Not a whole lot of adversity, but when you're going up against the Bricks in day 2, it's going to kind of hit you like a ton of bricks.
Oh, yes, it's been a brick wall. Really, they might as well just go flamp. And that's it. That's how strong Bricks might be against ARG. But ARG is an extremely offensive team. You can expect them to be all out in the opponent's half. So it's going to be this kind of question: can Bricks sustain against that? They might as well just be a little bit shocked, but I'm pretty sure all of them are pretty experienced. If not playing specifically against ARG or against Mark by 8, Clakes, or GCR, then at the very least, they will be able to, they know exactly what the Spanish playstyle is, and that's the Bim Bammy style. Come on, we have 2 Bim, 1 Bam. Steak Nachita, both Spanish players representing the whole Bim Bam situation. Justice from, that's the Dutch Bim Bam squad right now. So many Bim Bam, so too much Bim Bam. I'd even have to say Bim, 1 Bam squad. So yeah, it's the Spanish playstyle. It's aggression. It's the ball chasing, but it's the ball chasing that gets results. So it's Bim Bam. You either love it or hate it.
You're right. And our second match on the docket after the Bricks and ARG, we're going to have Complexity versus Bim Bam Gamers. And you and I got a chance to watch Bim Bam Gamers for a good portion of yesterday.
Yeah, it's a squad of THO, Ortho, Godsmilla, and Noli, and really all of these players really showed up on the field. Some individual quality. Noli, really, if you just point out one player, really love to bring the ball with him all the way through. And while I'd say maybe it was a 50-50 in how many chances he got through, he still was generating those chances, and he was still a threat to the opponent's team. So playing against Complexity, though, that's going to be, again, whole nother level. Just like ARG hitting the Bricks, Bim Bam Gamers will be hitting off against Complexity. There has been some turmoil in that team recently as well. If you're following the Twitter, if you're following just the outlets for information for Rocket League esports scene. But the Flakes thankfully has made amends with the team. He's still staying with it, and I would love to see that because he has been a fantastic pickup for Complexity, and I'm hoping they will be able to work their issues out and continue playing as a team, continue building a chemistry, and winning titles left and right.
Yeah, and again, it's not any different than what we expect from Complexity. The roster, I mean, Magnus, Greasy Meister, and Flakes all showing up today to play. But the other quarterfinal that's going to be going on simultaneously, Veloce Esports versus Team Shazoo. And you and I didn't get a chance to watch Team Shazoo yesterday, but they were on stream as they were qualifying here. They are no, I'm sorry, we did. You and I did get to see Team Shazoo qualify, and that was a very close 5-game series.
Well, they play against actual gamers, and well, really, it could have gone either way. Herihor Lab Zed and Flux on the side of actual gamers. We're fighting tooth and nail. We had one of those long overtimes that Shizu actually took in game number 2. But out of all series, that was one of the less close ones when we're thinking about the goal difference, because we had some 1-goal series all the way through. This one actually went swinging here and there. Shizou did beat actual gamers in the end, but yeah, going to 5, just like every single game for us went yesterday. Maybe we'll recreate that here. Maybe it'll be something else, because yet again, if we just look at it, Veloce Esports, represented again by Flame Freaky, and not by Niels Cook, but Ignite this time. They are a force to be reckoned with. Again, interested to see Ignite in a new capability with a new team. So it might be an immediate sort of a click, or it might be just he won't slot into it. See, he will be robbing Veloci Esports of one of the roles, and he will be just not going where he needs to go. Or if he plays measured, if he tries to observe how everyone else in Veloci Esports is playing and not be able to contribute in a big fashion, that might be a downfall. Or again, we might see Veloci Esports just thrive and grow with Ignite right now, Sammy.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, it is always interesting to see how teams play. I'm sure that they've scrimmed together at least a couple of times, but all those players, of course, very, very high level players, some of the best players in the world. They can, really kind of mold themselves to fit teams where necessary. And I agree with you. I think it'll be interesting to see how these little bit of roster changes kind of play out. And again, Veloce will be playing with the roster Freaky, Ignite, and Flame today. So we're just waiting on our first matchup of the day, the players to get ready here for this first quarterfinal. Again, it's going to be the Bricks versus ARG. And, again, we talked about how ARG had a relatively easy day yesterday. Of course, playing against the highest level competition, it's never going to be a walk in the park necessarily, but when they're coming up against the Bricks, it's going to be a difficult challenge, especially with how they've been playing recently.
Yeah, it is. Well, I mean, no kidding. Every single team that has qualified yesterday will be put against a test that is, I'd say, twice as big as what they've been playing against yesterday. Yes, we had some teams that had their RLCS and RLRS experience, but here against the teams that are actually right now on the rise, hitting hard, well, it's a whole nother ballpark. But the good news is that, hey, we've seen a lot of surprises here and there. And as we have found out yesterday, the European scene, the bubble scene, is pretty close. And really everyone from the bottom just is knocking on the doors of all the RLRS teams, RLCS teams. Just by example, every single time DreamHack qualifiers happens, there's always 1 or 2 surprises when the big team gets knocked down by someone who is this? Like French fries? What is that team? They just knocked out someone big like Dignitas. Well, it happens. And here it's another showcase for those teams. Maybe take a surprise win against one of the invitees.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to see, of course, being a caster, it's kind of maybe a little bit of bias. You always kind of root for the underdogs because you would love to see that little bit of extra drama. But, I would be interested in what chat thinks how the game is going to go. Of course, the Bricks versus ARG. I think we're about to get underway here very, very shortly. Use the command !TBR for the Bricks and !ARG for ARG. But we are underway with this first game of the best of 5 here, Jam. And we're going to let's see if ARG come out swinging against this Bricks team.
For now, no kickoff surprises. We had some crazy plays in the very first game yesterday. Bim Bam Gamers versus the Granite Gaming, and there was too many, I think, to say, kickoff goals for this one. Here, everyone is pretty measured, but immediately the speed is pretty high, and this is exactly speed with the ball, trying to do it all by himself. Valiant individual effort, and actually sets up the rest of the team, but Woodwork saved the ARG gunner.
And now marked by 8, he's trying to play this one past. A lot is up in the air for this one. We'll play it into the corner. Good pinch by him. Cuxier chasing this ball down in that Batmobile. Doesn't get the touch on it. Marked by 8 will clear it away. Speed off the sidewall down towards his teammate. Cuxier missing that one as well. Couple of uncharacteristic misses here so far.
It's a start. Let's forgive him. If Cuxier misses again, then we maybe start taking notches, asking questions. But for now, just one. It's all okay. And nobody got hurt, but Cuxier, I'm pretty sure, would see whatever the curse word would be, the word of choice would be in Italian. He definitely would not like it.
Well, we are just about a minute 30 underway. Game number 1. Of course, the quarterfinals are all best of 5. Semifinals and finals today will be best of 7. So this game, all important to get these teams underway. It's still tied up at nothing. Speed's trying to play this across the box. It's a dangerous clear. X not able to capitalize on it, however, although Speed will play this down to Cuxier. This one's off the back wall. Good play by Mark. Cleared away right onto the hood of GCR. Good save by Speed in transition. In perfect positioning here. And that is one thing that we have seen a lot of yesterday, Jam. The transition play coming to full effect, but against these higher level teams, they're going to be ready for that.
It's such a great asset for your team when you can turn across by the opposition into attack of your own in the blink of an eye. That target passed by Mark by 8. He was the last player in the back wall. Turned a potentially dangerous situation with only one defender in ARG side. An attack on the brick side. And there we go. First goal by none other than Mark by 8. Find themselves an opportunity. Reading that bounce off the ceiling much better than Speed did. And then Cuxier in a lot put way too close, expecting his their teammate to win the ball. Well, that's an open net opportunity, and ARG does not miss.
So 1-0 early on for ARG here. Clax missing that one. Speed's going to have an open net. Can't get back in time. Can mark by 8. We're tied at 1.
That's a doozy. That's a doozy, and that's also a series of pinball shots. Clax usually pretty good with his reaction, or at very least good with his car control. This time, well, misjudged the situation, but that was a wild series of bounces that led us.
We are halfway gone, tied at 1 now in game number 1. Clax going to play this out of his corner. Speed turns the ball around. A lot's there, back towards Speed. He's up on the back wall looking for the double. He'll find it off the crossbar. Cuxier the rebound. It's 2-1 now for the Bricks.
And really can't blame Mark Bate. In a situation that he was put in 0 boost, he had to make a play off the double touch. So he made the best decision. He went through the ceiling and upside down. But, yep, Speed didn't get his shot, but there was always some lurking in the shadows, and that's Cuxier with the second goal.
2-1 now. Turning around. We had no score up until about 20-30 seconds ago, and it has broken open here. The Bricks on top, looking to take game number 1, but still plenty of time for ARG to launch a counterattack. Speaking of, here comes Clax. He's going to play that off the ceiling. Speed off the back wall. Solid touchdown towards a lot, and this might be a bit of a double commit here. Cuxier looking to push something into the corner. Now he will find that block. It's going to fall down. Clax, no problems. Here's a lot in the corner as well. It will be cleared all the way down by GCR. So about a minute 35 left here, Jam. ARG has been looking pretty solid, but they still find themselves down by 1.
They're also still looking for more opportunities up front. It seems like all those chances that they got after that bout of action has started for both of the teams, that was pretty much all they got on the other end of the field. Since then, they have been struggling to put the ball past the midfield line, or at the very least, get themselves some sort of connection on the other end, get it to the ground and start to continue moving with it. It has been all the Bricks stealing the possession.
There's a lot. He's passing this over towards Speed. Back down to Cuxier. Fires, he scores. Great passing play by the Bricks, 3-1.
No, and those are the passing plays, well, you dream that your teammates in ranked would do. Here, though, the Bricks make it look like child's play. That back pass, that was fantastic. And ARG couldn't read the plan by the Bricks, and the Bricks just celebrate yet another one. That's good with his hat trick. Moving on in the final minute, I'd say that the Bricks really got the number 3 of ARG in the first game.
Cuts here with a hat trick indeed. 2 assists for speed, 1 for a lot. Now GCR is looking to make a pass. Good shot there. It is just a bit high speed, clears it away. Mark by 8 still there, trying to get the dunk on a lot. Can't quite find it. Here's the ARG offense. We'll see if they can put one on the board, give themselves a chance in this game. Mark by 8. Can he get the double? Yes, he can. It's in. 3-2 now for the Bricks.
A lovely situation. Mark by 8 not retreating back too far, just sits at the midfield line, and the moment he sees the opportunity, yep, it goes his way. He sees 3 players of the Bricks, neither of them reaching the ball, neither of them in a really good position to challenge his attempts. Mark by 8 just goes for it and gets the result going.
This one off the sidewall now. 30 seconds left here for ARG. They need one more goal to send us to a potential overtime here in game number 1. Coxier off the back wall. He's going to push this one further and further away from ARG. 4th goal of the game for Coxier.
Holy moly, just to pull off a quote, to pull off a chant of the Team 104 and our Valencia boys, let someone else score. Let someone else score. Because Coxier has been taking everything for himself, but with the help of his teammates. All 4 of his goals were assisted by his lovely Bricks comrades. And here, well, I'd say ARG, even if they get this one, they will have a tough road ahead of them. The Bricks were just not giving ARG any free chances.
No, absolutely not. Outside of the early game whiffs by Coxier, he certainly settled down, put some balls in the back of the net, propelled his team to a 4-2 victory here in game number 1. We're going to move into game 2 very, very shortly, but you know, again, like I said, it didn't look poor for ARG. Not poor at all. They looked like they had a decent amount of ball control in the offensive zone. They were setting up some passing plays. They even made a nice little team play to get Mark his 2nd goal in that game. But again, it's just the Bricks, even when they're kind of caught off guard, kind of on the back foot, they still have that solid rotation, solid defensive play.
Yeah, it has been for ARG. It has been just the same amount of shots pretty much as the Bricks, but really they weren't looking as scary, as threatening. The Bricks passing plays, I think, was the important bit that really make them shine that much better than ARG. Those setups that they were making, just outplaying ARG when the ball was in their own half. And, well, as a result, you see the 4-2 scoreline and maybe another push. But can Coxier keep his form? So far, everything has been hinging on Coxier hitting his shot. And that said, do not worry about him missing that initial easy one. He might come back, and he did.
We are underway here with game number 2 between the Bricks and ARG. Of course, the Bricks in blue, ARG in orange. This is a best of 5. The Bricks took game number 1. Now ARG looking to get on the board early here in the 2nd game. Good flip reset down towards Clayax. Off the crossbar, still out in front. GCR, the demo by Clayax. The ball's still out in front. And it looks like it's going to be cleared away. Not out of the woods yet, though, are the Bricks. Marked by 8 out in front one more time. And he follow up. Yes, sir. Clayax puts them on the board.
Wow, so many hits, so many touches, so many crossbars. That is incredible. Still can't keep it out. The Bricks succumb to a goal that ARG has really worked hard for.
My goodness, great goal there by ARG, putting themselves in the lead to start us off 40 seconds into game number 2. Now as Speed takes a quick shot. GCR has to go up and make the save. Coxier can't quite get the handle on it. Marked by 8. Will find a touch to play this down towards mid. Pass across towards Clayax. He's going to control. Getting harassed a bit there by Coxier, but he manages to get away. Looking for the double. My word, Clayax with his 2nd.
This is just getting better and better from ARG. Look at that individual effort. Clayax rushes to that ball. He worked past that bend in such amazing fashion, so quick that I don't think anyone had time to react. A lot goes for it. A lot is too late for what Clayax has brought. Clayax actually playing with, I've seen a lot with the Batmobile. He's now with an Octane, and really he is bringing the power that the Batmobile can bring, the flicks that the Batmobile can bring, but with an all good known package of it.
So ARG up by 2 early on here in game number 2. The Bricks on offense now a lot. Plays it into the corner. GCR Getting shut down there by Cuxier here. Speed will get challenged by Clayx as well. Cuxier will manage to keep the ball in the orange corner for now. Speed high along the back wall. It's going to give GCR some time and space, looking for his teammate in Mark. Mark will collect. Can he get this ball out in front? He had GCR there. Clayx still hovering around. All three players from the bricks in the same corner. Could be dangerous if Clayx can turn this around. Not quite. Now here comes the counterattack from Cuxier and company into the corner. Out in front, no follow-up from Speed, and this one's going to find its way back towards mid.
Oh, both the teams are a little bit too eager to go all three players in the same corner. First, we saw the bricks, and that was a great opportunity for ARG to put their third one in. And then, as the game returned back to the orange half, it was also looking like that weak pass by Coaster actually confused the ARG's defense. And they down themselves all of a sudden got into a bunch and started defending all three players in one spot. Now they're looking for a clear, and it should really come in quick, otherwise the bricks will use the situation.
Just about halfway gone, game 2. 2-0 still in favor of ARG. Cuxier's going to fire this one towards the net. Good deflection by Speed. It's bouncing down, but well away from a lot. He can't quite get there in time. Clayx in a bit of an awkward spot. This is a good shot from a lot, but Mark gets up there just in time to block that one away, covering up for his teammates. And Speed and Cuxier look to turn the attack yet again onto the orange half, but Mark by 8. It's up early for this one. Good pass from Clayx. GCR top shelf. 3-0 now for ARG.
Ooh, the ARG know exactly where to put the ball and how to pass it through. Clayx, his job is done. He's just rolling out of that play and onto his teammates setting up, Maribay setting up GCR. Lovely play, lovely precision as well. Even with all the three goalies, 123 kilometers per hour shot. You don't easily stop that.
3-0 now for ARG with 2 minutes left. Clayx and company really looking to make their mark on this series. Cuxier and GCR are going to meet in the corner. Speed to carry it out. There's Mark by 8. Noticed a lot of great defensive play here from ARG. A lot of solid challenges that have led to good clears. And then these offensive opportunities in transition from the boys in orange. Love to see them keep it up. It's definitely a marked difference from game number 1.
Yeah, you can see that Cuxer is not getting his chances at all. Yes, they're trying perhaps to bring the ball through, or at least he's trying to get into the positions. But ARG just no longer is giving him opportunities. This might be an opening, but I would wish for Speed to go for that a little bit earlier. With almost just a minute left in this game. Demolition plays might be a little bit too early of an intervention to save bricks in game number 2.
As you said, only about 60 seconds left. That one's a bit of an errant clear, and this is going to give the bricks an opportunity, but Clayx there in time to clear that one away. A lot can't keep the ball in. Cuxier overshoots it a bit. Clayx with the 50, but Speed's going to collect and look to push this one back down into the orange box. GCR, Mark, Clayx all in the corner. That's a good pass to Cuxier, but he can't get the ball on net. Still up in the air. GCR will get the clear. And with about 35 seconds to go, ARG looking to close this one out. It's going to fall down in front. Can Clayx get his hat trick? Not quite. Is cleared away. Final 30 seconds ticking off the clock here in game 2. And what a turnaround for ARG.
They didn't keep their opposition dry, but really they didn't have to. They've stopped the bleeding that has happening in the previous game. The name of that bleed was obviously Cuxer and his team constantly setting him up with chances. And the ARG managed to score one off the top of that one, scored a second one, then when the chance appeared, they scored a third one as well. They've just really, they took all of the mistakes that they had in the previous game, turned them around. They're now so great at bringing the ball out of their own half. Really, every single time the ARG gets the ball in their own half, it's not a long clear. No, it's a clear with a purpose, clear to someone waiting on the field. They are using all of the players to bring that out. Yes, sometimes it just they do just boom it on the other end, but it also has a purpose, just to release some pressure. And with that, ARG, again, do not keep the bricks dry, but at the very least, they really stop them in their tracks.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is a huge difference than what we saw yesterday, Jam. Talking about those long clears, we saw game after game where it just seemed like both teams utilizing those long booming clears just to get the ball out, not really looking to control. ARG is kind of flipping that script right now.
Well, why not? Now we're in game number 3. The series is tied and hunted, dare I say it. Could there be a game 5? They're setting up for that at the very least.
At the very least, yes, they are. This is exactly the same 3 series we saw. All 3 of our series we watched yesterday, Jam, went to 1-1 in game number 3. We'll see how this one turns out, but the Bricks looking to put the offense on early here. Speed keeps the ball high. It's going to filter down out in front. Still a lot looking for the shot. He's off the post and in. The Bricks get one on the board.
ARG couldn't figure out who's going for the balls. Look at that. Marked by 8 and GCR. Marked by 8 could have rotated on the far post. Instead, he just goes on the wall. He actually then creates himself a pretty good opportunity. But I feel like in this spot, only one player really needed to go for it. Otherwise, ARG used 2 players for not and open up a perfect shot opportunity for him.
Now Cux here looking to keep the pressure on. Here's Speed. He can't quite get a touch on that one. Clex is going to win that challenge. Marked by 8 up in the air. This one off the back wall. Cux here, no problems with that. And Speed's going to clear back down. DCR back towards the blue net. A lot off the back wall. Clex is there to corral. He's going to put it high off the back wall again. A lot's up one more time to find the clear. Minute gone by. The Bricks up by 1 in this 3rd game. Again, this is a best of 5 for anybody just tuning in. There's a lot. He's going to play this off the back wall. Here's Cux here. Down in front. Man, that one had a lot of pace coming down. Speed couldn't quite get there. A lot still here looking for the pass across. But not going to be able to find it. And that is one thing we did not see too much of in game number 2, Jam. The Bricks not utilizing their passing plays.
Yeah, right now they've gone back to the whole let's just boom it for booming's sake. The ball actually is moving much more around the field without anyone getting at the end of it. This actually could be a great opening with all 2 players used for that attack. Oh, there's still a block. Coxer, last moment. Well, you demoed him, he will be back at the net. You got to expect that. And the energy with that chance for an opener, at the very least, they bring the heat from their nets to the net of the opposition.
2 minutes gone. Game 3. Marked by 8. Playing this over towards Clax. He's going to get back to the ball out in front, but Cuxier cuts across to make the save before GCR could get there. Good play by him, but still pressure on the blue half. Speed. Slow the pace. Get the flick over top of Mark. Right into GCR, however. He's playing this up towards Clax. Cuxier gets there first. GCR to keep the ball in. Can he get by Speed? Not quite. Mark, the only one back. A lot looking to put some pressure on him. That one's up and over either way. It's 2-0.
What a lovely play. Mark by 8 was looking, trying to figure out where does he need to go. And a lot. Not sure if he even wanted to bump him, but Mark by 8 definitely was affected by that. Trying to get into the net. Low on boost. Really low on chances. When Speed is against him, just carries that so gingerly to the net. Well, you are up against the creek without a paddle. And speaking of against the creek without a paddle, there's Speed. They're straight off the kickoff. And really, what's just great play. Just sticking with the ball, not going ham for it. Keeping the control of the car. Some players just fly straight to the side. Nope, Speed was right there and hit the brakes the moment he knew he had it.
So with that, the Bricks put themselves up by 3. 2:24 left in this 3rd game. Cuxier down towards Speed, looking for the 4th. Good save by GCR. He's been a rock in the back for ARG throughout the series so far, but they still find themselves down in this game now as Speed looks to collect. Can he go over the top of Mark? Yes, he can. Can't get by Clax, though. This one's going to bounce around in mid. Here comes GCR one-on-one against Cuxier. He's got Mark with him high up in the air, and Cuxier's going to clear it away. Bit of a missed opportunity there for ARG.
It's a question of timing, really. GCR was looking for the perfect opportunity to flick Cuxier, but at some point, really, the chances, the ways that he could have flicked it and the position, direction that he could have gotten to, just were running out for him. Cuxier read that perfectly. And ARG, even without breakthrough, even with the breaks surrounding him, still continues.
Minute 30 left. 3 goals necessary by ARG. Mark by 8's going to go underneath a lot. He's got some time and space over towards Clax. He'll go off the back wall. No follow-up quite yet. GCR finds a way to sneak it home. What a great shot.
Wow, just an individual effort since Cuxier has stopped Clays with his play. Just quickly sending him to the side. Wow, even Speed can read that. Couldn't cover the angle quickly enough. There was just enough space between Speed's car and the post to sneak that goal.
So we have a game here, ladies and gentlemen, in game number 3. A 2-goal lead now by the Bricks, and still plenty of time, 70 seconds, in fact, left on the board. ClayX over towards Mark by 8. He's over top of speed. It's down to 1.
Just like that, it didn't take them long. I'd say it took them about 19 seconds. ClayX with his pass, and Coxer, really, Cox was the player who could have stopped that play, but he was shoulder to shoulder with Mark by 8 and still couldn't get the flip going.
So 64 seconds to score one more by ARG, and we may see overtime. ClayX looking to put in yet another highlight goal. This one's going to bounce up. The lot will clear it away out into the corner. ClayX to turn on this one. Wins the 50 against the lot. Mark by 8 looking to harass the defenders. Actually just going to rotate back now in speed. Will find the clear. He's got Cuxier in support, but he will play it into the orange corner. So 40 seconds left. Here comes ClayX to try to challenge a lot with a shot out in front. Cuxier hits the post. I think that got saved there by GCR, who will turn this one away. 30 seconds left. A lot. Clears it back down. ClayX to corral. He's going to go off the sidewall. Mark by 8 is there. Good touchdown, but speed into the corner. ClayX wins that one. But still, they just can't get the ball in a decent position for a shot, and they're running out of time. 11 seconds now. Solid defensive play right now from the Bricks, but still maybe one more opportunity if ClayX can get the clear. Yes, he does. They need to be fast, and they need to keep the ball in the air, but a lot will send that to the ground. The Bricks win game 3.
A valiant effort for ARG at the end, though, bringing a 3-0 to a 3-2 with a chance to actually get something going on the other end. ARG came this close to tying the game against the Bricks, which the Bricks were dominating for majority of it. It came down to ARG's touches not being really up to par. We saw what they can do in game number 2 with when they brought the series to a tie. Here, though, it seemed like most of the stuff that they were sort of trying to do was not working. Every single touch that should have worked should have been the crucial one to bring them in the attack or set up a good position. Just was off, was a little bit to the side, a little bit weak, and really ARG in many ways, I think, specifically in game number 3, were their own worst enemies.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll see if they can turn it around here in game number 4. Players are here ready to go. 5 minutes on the clock. Can ARG force a game 5 in this quarterfinal? Will the Bricks move on into the best of 7 semis? Gonna have to find out as Mark by 8 plays this out towards the front. Cuxier off the back wall down towards speed. It's gonna be GCR now to turn it around. Looking to challenge Cuxier, not gonna be able to do so. First 20 seconds gone. Still no score, and see which team gets out to an early lead. It seems the team that gets that first goal, very crucial first goal, seems to be the team that dominates the rest of the game, at least pushing the pace of play. I'm sure ARG would love to be that team on the board.
Yeah, well, it's just the usual rule, and here there was a great opportunity for Mark Bay to start that scoring. They are pushing the players up front. They're trying to overwhelm the Bricks defense, but I don't see Bricks really falling down through. This could be an opportunity. Mark Bay decides to immediately shoot. Maybe a delay would have been better, but in the heat of the moment, it's pretty hard to decide whether he had that time.
Well, GCR has to chase this one back. Cuxier looking to challenge, will find the challenge. It's going to go all the way across the pitch now. The Hex to Mark by 8. This one down in front. Cuxier to turn him away. Here comes GCR off the back wall. Mark by 8's there. Shot gets saved away. The Hex now keeping the pressure on. Almost had the opportunity there. Couldn't quite get back to the ball. Now Cuxier to keep possession, wants to slow the pace of play down. We've seen this so much throughout the series. Slow, methodical clears, using the flicks to their full advantage to find the way out, buying time for your team. It's worked to good effect for both teams. Neither one has been able to break the tie yet so far. ClayX is going to collect this one, play it out of his corner. We'll see if ARG can mount the offense.
They will be looking for yet another attack. So far, has been most of the time ARG, but here's the Bricks getting a couple of shots, getting a lot of threat, and I'd say right now on the field, the Bricks are looking like a much more comfortable team. Yes, they've spent the majority of this game so far in the defense, but they're looking good in defense. But when the time comes, when the opportunity presents itself. It's Coxer finding a pinch in the midfield. And that attack already was looking pretty good. Look at that. Mark Bay just easily touches the ball, and Claix with no boost just can't follow it up.
Yeah, unfortunate touch by Mark Baade, and a bit of a poor decision to try to challenge that one away. Does pinch it into the back of his own goal, so 2:40 left. Game number 4, 1-0 for the Bricks. We'll see if ARG has a response. Mark Baade's going to play this into the corner, speed right into GCR, and now Cucks here off the back wall. Here comes Claix to try to challenge speed. A lot's up for it now to push it in to ARG's zone. Mark Baade wants to play it out. He's got GCR in support in mid. Can he get the ball over towards him? Not quite. Speed will cleared away over towards a lot. This one back down to Cucks here. Shot on goal. Claix up for it. Now this is the dangerous area of the game here, Jam. Down by a goal. You cannot afford to go down by a couple more as a lot push that one off the post. Staving off these goals for now is ARG, but they're still getting pressured. Speed shot. He'll score. Just like that, it's 2-0.
Quickly bringing the ball back into the action. That demo, and that's, well, that just brought down the defense to one player, and you already saw one of the ARG defenders coming back in. No chance of contesting now. I do believe that was GCR. Yep, he got the boost, but he was so late for it.
Now with only 1:50 to go, ARG still need 2 goals to keep their tournament hopes alive. Mark Baade looking for the first one. Down in front, Coxier just gets a touch on it to make the save and will find the clear. Claix has to hustle all the way back. He's off the ceiling, plays it down towards Mark Baade, who does get the clear off the back wall. Here comes GCR off the post. Mark Baade will put it home. ARG not giving up yet.
All right, keeping the action alive. And finally, for the first time in a long time, ARG managed to bring the ball out of their own half in the half of the Bricks pronto. So fast was that transition off the back wall down to the ground. Then Mark Baade just following up a pass of a GCR. It's the speed. When the ARG is playing fast, things are working out for them. Oh, well, let's see if they still have it in their tanks to bring it to tie game.
1:15 to go. They only need 1. We saw a similar situation in the last game. They were unable to do it. Bricks able to close that one out. They're looking to do the same thing here. GCR puts it into the blue corner. Ooh, great demo on a lot on the back wall out in front. Mark Baade goes just a bit high. Had to hustle to that one, and it's going to open up a lane for speed. He'll put it in the back of the goal. So close from ARG.
That was great, but it almost looked like it wasn't pre-planned. It was in the spur of the moment, an improvised play, which caused Mark Baade to really go late for that challenge. And as a result, as you said, Handed, you miss that one, you open up a venue of opportunity for the opposing team to just rush it down. They're expecting it one way or the other, and here you're just giving it.
45 seconds left. They need 2. Might need 3 soon, as a lot has a breakaway here on Mark Baade, but he can't quite get over top of him. 35 seconds. Mark Baade to collect. He's got Claix in support. Out of the corner. Out in front. Speed, no problem on the back wall. Will clear it away. GCR keeps it in, but a lot's there to push it back. Mark Baade over top of Speed. A lot towards the net. GCR has to hustle. He'll get there in time, but the time is ticking away. Final 15 seconds now. Claix to boom it back down. A lot not in position. Does this have a... No, it does not. This one's off the back wall as well. GCR shot on goal. A lot's going to make the save, and that's going to do it here, Jam.
I'm still loving, really, despite the timer right now hitting 0 and the game going in favor of Bricks and the series going in favor of Bricks. I really like the hustle that the ARG shown at the very end, the ability to keep the players back after you sort of missed position, or at least the bounce went the wrong way and you were not prepared for it. The ability to improvise on a field means a lot. Unfortunately, there's no more time to do any improvisations for ARG. This has been their first series today, and unfortunately their last series today. No second chances, single elimination brackets. But it wasn't as bad as we expected, I'd have to say. First of all, ARG still have tons of talent, and the Bricks were not unshakable. No, you can definitely shake them, but only for a while. 3-1 is the game score. 3-1 is the series score as well. It's Bricks are moving on forward. Off quality, just off pure quality.
Yeah, absolutely. And really, it felt like in those last two games, ARG, they had chances. I mean, bringing it all the way back, being down 3-0 in game number 3, coming all the way back to that 3-2 scoreline. If they would have put that ball in, this series could be completely different. Who knows what would have happened in overtime? And again, they had a very close opportunity, a great demo on the back wall onto a lot, opened up some space, marked by 8, missed it by just a fraction, and it turned into that go-ahead goal by the Bricks. And you know, it's just those tiny little things that what if kind of factor for ARG. But the fact that they kept up with the Bricks, it never looked like they were out of their element, were ARG, but they just couldn't quite get over that hurdle that were the Bricks.
Well, 65% of you folks in the Twitch chat were correct. It's the Bricks to win, and they indeed did. Well, congratulations to them. Really, it was a solid effort, with the exception of maybe that game number 2, where all of a sudden Bricks were shut down. That's, I think, 4 shots in total for that team. Knowing how well they have been performing previously, that was a little bit of a surprise. But it was, I'd say it was ARG just rushing on through. Their aggressive play style just showed it pretty hard and blocked Bricks from doing anything. But other than that, Bricks were just solid all the way through. It was ARG going up and down, up and down. In the end, well, you go down way too many times. It's the nature of best of 5s. You're out.
Well, with that, let's take a quick look at the bracket here. The Bricks are going to move on to play Triple Trouble. They took down 2BIM, 1BAM, 3-1, and Veloce Esports took down Team Shazoo 3-0. So we're going to take a very short break. On the other side of that, we have the last quarterfinal, Complexity versus Bim Bam Gamers. The winner of that will face Veloce Esports in the semifinals. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back here on Rival Esports in just a minute.